One day I'm gonna be everything I wanna be. I don't let it get the most of me. One day I'm gonna be free. I wanna be everything I'm gonna be. My future right in front of me. One day I'm gonna be free. I wanna be free. Then let me be. From the depths of darkness, a voice emerges, a host with a fire burning in his soul. With a heart, steel, and a spirit unbroken, he rides onto his ready to claim his throne. Amidst the chaos and the thunderous roar, insane wheels rise as the force to be reckoned with. Fueled by the power that only metal can bestow, he takes his stand, refusing to submit. Insane wheels hear his battle cry. Metal and mayhem will never die. Whistles, reports, and paves his way. Oh, legend in the making, day by day.
And yes, sir, much love and respect to everybody in the building. Shout out to all of you. Get it. So you guys are going to have to pardon me a little bit. I'm sick a little bit. You know, I got sick yesterday over the night. You know what I mean? So I had a little nap with my daughter during the day 2 days ago. And she's sick. So I'm feeling it. And I'm sure you guys can hear it. But it's all good. I'm still going to be able to do the story. Don't even trip. How's everyone doing on this fine day? Exactly, Steve. Much love to you. I appreciate you, SNS. I see you, as well as Road Rage. And I got Lisa up in the building. Shout out to you. Appreciate you. Oh, yeah. So, anyways, today is going to be an interesting day with some interesting shit. A couple days ago, LAPD arrested 93 people at USC in the Israel-Hamas protest. So we're going to be talking about that today. It's a really long article. I don't know if I'm going to end up reading all of it, but we're going to get obviously the general consensus of what is happening, what's going on. You're going to see that this is kind of like an interesting, people say one thing, do another kind of, I'm trying to be choice with my words so I don't mess my entire YouTube channel up. But it's definitely to the point where you can tell that basically the cops are the biggest gang in the world. It is what it is. You know what I mean? And it's rough. It's rough to hear. So we've got our coffee for the morning. It's still not Black Rifle Coffee Company. We're going for the sponsorships, y'all. So if you guys can help me out on any and all sponsorships, anytime I'm dealing with a company and calling them out, I want you guys to also reach out to them if you could possibly. SNS says, got coffee, but it's kind of foo-foo coffee, chocolate syrup, milk, and vodka? I want some. Now, I'm going to be honest. I've never mixed vodka and coffee together. And I'm a vodka drinker. You know what I mean? So vodka and coffee, I thought you would just have like coffee liqueur or something like that. You know what I mean? Like I would have like the, I'm trying to remember there's actual coffee liquor and then you put Bailey's inside of that coffee liquor and it's super bomb. Or you could just put Bailey's in as a creamer, but you don't really get any sort of buzz or anything from it. I've never, I mean, do you guys get a buzz from like Bailey's and stuff like that? I couldn't drink enough of that to make it feel like anything. Kids are walking, is that Petri dishes designed only to test your immune system by bringing various plagues into your home. I have 3. I'm surprised I'm not dead. Dude, Road Rage, you have like skipped death like way more than I have. You know what I mean? You're on like your like 15th live. So I'm not even surprised at that with you, dude. Like you're always up against something. And you're still here. That's what matters. Steve says that sounds good. I wonder, so coffee and vodka, huh? My old lady brings home 1,000,000 new sicknesses a year, dude. Like, it's always the kids for me. It's always the kids. Every single time, dude. Absolutely rough. Bourbon with coffee. Yeah, see, that's what I know as well. If you're gonna have like coffee and like real liquor, I would say bourbon and whiskey or something like that. But obviously, oh, Kahlua. Yes, that's what I was thinking of. Thank you for that, Reina. Vodka goes great with a side of vodka. Now you're talking the real shit.
Oh shit! Oh
Now you're
shit!
talking the real shit. I do coffee and vodka by itself all the time. Really? Yeah, definitely Kahlua. I got 5 LMAO. They always bring home sicknesses, dude. It's unreal. Like they go to school, one goes to school, and then like all of a sudden just brings it back. Oh, I'm feeling a little sick, and the next thing you know, the entire house is sick. That's the way of the road right there. Jameson, yep, yeah, also Jameson. All right, so let's go ahead and check this out. This is from the Los Angeles Times. All right, LA Times. LAPD arrests 93 people at USC amid Israel-Hamas war protest. So we're gonna have a lot of pictures during this. There's a lot of pictures going on with this whole ordeal, which is obviously a good thing. The more pictures for us, the better. But yeah, let's go ahead and kind of read. More than 90 people were arrested by LAPD officers after a protest against the Israel-Palestine war at the University of Southern California on April 24th. All right, so let's go ahead and read into this. Los Angeles police officers arrived in riot gear, Jesus, at USC on Wednesday evening, arresting 93 people on trespassing charges as they cleared an encampment at the center of the campus formed in protest against the Israel-Hamas war. In quotes, shame on you, demonstrators chanted as police took away students and off-campus activists. Yeah, I mean, I can imagine those protesters already pissed off, and then you go ahead and start arresting them. Gonna get way more pissed off. I mean, yeah, absolutely. I thought we had a right to protest, but you guys let me know. As long as it's not violent. I say as long as it's not violent, then do whatever the hell you want. You know what I mean? I don't like protests just as much as the next guy, but at least we have that freedom. The encampment in Alumni Park, where the university's main stage commencement is scheduled to take place next month, went up before sunrise and grew by afternoon as students, some wearing cafes. Is that what that is? Cafes? You guys gonna have to let me know what the hell that is. I don't know what that is. And holding Free Palestine and Liberated Zone signs, banged drums and chanted. So they got the drum set and all, the big drum, boom, boom, boom. The protest remained largely peaceful, but grew tense at times as officers sought to detain and move people off campus, and some in the crowd threw water bottles. The operation lasted for hours, and at 9 p.m., officers had forced protesters and onlookers off campus and arrested those who remained or resisted. Okay, so they're on the campus. So the campus itself, then yeah, you can protest, absolutely, but you're not on, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're not on public property. You know what I mean? Like you got to be fair in all of this, you know what I mean? You got to be fair in that, and that's not their property to just go ahead and now if you could protest during the day and all that shit, but as soon as it's time to close up shop or whatever, like you should not be there anymore, then you need to go. You know what I mean? But hey, all these rich, spoiled college kids have been protesting all over the country, and I do know this, Steve. Like it's everywhere, every single major city. When I saw this whole arresting bit, it's insane what's going on with the rest of the country, but this was the biggest story. You know what I mean? So I'm just giving you guys a little bit of backstory that I know that they are protesting everywhere right now. All major cities. I mean, it's insane. But seeing that we had 93 arrests in by LAPD at USC, it's definitely insane to, that's a lot of people, dude. It's a lot of people. Not in America, we have no rights anymore. Exactly, bro. Exactly. What are those, dude? SNS says it's Muslim attire. Oh, got you. Okay, got you. Appreciate that. I was trying to know what that word was, and now I know it's probably like one of their masks or whatever, burqas. But I know nothing about the culture, so I don't mean any disrespect. I personally don't understand why anyone would give a crap about Palestine or Israel. If we were in trouble, neither of them would give a flying fuck about America. That's absolutely right. You're 100% right, Steve. You know what I mean? And that's what's sad right there, is that if we needed the help, there's no way. You know what I mean? It's a one-way money train, and that money train ain't coming back this way. I don't care if we're in the middle of a war. Those guys are not going to fund us. You know what I mean? Truth, Steve, same as Ukraine. It's definitely right. Definitely right. And it really goes for all countries that we provide foreign aid to. Just being real. You have the right to protest in public areas. Exactly. Exactly. And that's exactly why I said, if you're doing it, during the day, I guess, you can do that or whatever. It's still kind of like, it's their property. But what do you expect? You know what I mean? You're resisting, and then they're going to call the cops on you. And of course, they're going to take you off that property. That is what it is. It very much is. Good morning, Duke. I see you. I appreciate you. Let's get back into the story. All right. So yeah, it grew, it remained largely peaceful, but it did get a little tense when the cops tried to, get them and detain and move people off campus, and some in the crowd threw water bottles. The operation lasted for hours. At 9 p.m., officers had forced protesters and onlookers off campus and arrested those who remained or resisted. Now, that's something that I understand. Dozens of LAPD officers were on campus starting at 4 p.m., forming a line around the park. The USC administration said it had closed the gates to campus and was instituting an ID check to make sure only university-affiliated individuals were allowed in, which is smart. That's smart. Professors were given the option, which many took, of conducting classes online Thursday. If this was all happening, if this, like what you guys are seeing on the screen right now, is at USC, this is the actual footage. It's not like we can click on it. Listen, I'm trying to click on it and nothing happens. Obviously, it's just like a embedded little video that loops. So we'll go ahead and watch. But like, if all this was happening, like if I knew there was a protest going on and I was a student at USC, the truth is, I'd probably want to stay home too, dude. You know what I mean? I don't want to be a part of this shit. This right here is crap. You know what I mean? Only trouble can be caused from this, and I don't want any problems. Yep. So this is what it looked like over there. All right. You know what? Real quick, put that up and see your guys' comments real quick. Most of it being funded by Soros, aging just like BLM. I don't know who's Soros aging or Soros. I don't know who that is. SNS, that's a fact. Soros is behind a lot of this liberal shit. I wonder, you guys are going to have to educate me. Duke, I appreciate you, my man. We'll see you in a little bit. All right, let's go ahead and scroll down and check this out. At 5 p.m., officers from USC's Department of Public Safety gave protesters a 10-minute warning to disperse or face arrest. Protesters then gathered around the officers, drowning out their warnings with chants. LAPD officers who had been gathering in the streets nearby proceeded to march in organized lines toward the campus entrances, carrying less lethal weapons. Students received another 10-minute warning, followed by an LAPD helicopter loudspeaker blasting a message that said, "Your time is up. Your time is up. Leave the area or you will be arrested for trespassing." The protesters held their ground, some moving out of the alumni park, while others remained on the grass, interlocking arms and forming a circle. 30 minutes later, LAPD officers entered campus and encircled the park. "All we want is peace," the protesters chanted. Some ran when officers pressed forward in an effort to move them out toward a north gate to the campus. Look at that freaking picture. That's actually a good picture. Standing straight up to the police like that. It's hilarious. Look at him. He's like, "What's up, dude? Why are you pointing at me? Why are you here?" Public safety officers confront pro-Palestine demonstrators at USC on April 24th. All right. Officers stood in line around the Dr. Joseph Medicine Crow Center for International and Public Affairs, the classroom building next to the Alumni Park. As police moved on to detain one woman, protesters threw water at them and chanted, "Let her go." One of the officers briefly raised a less lethal weapon, which prompted shouts of, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa." Yeah, you start pointing a gun at me. I don't know if it's less lethal or if it's, I have no idea what you're shooting at me. You might have just pulled out a shotgun or you pulled out a less lethal weapon, when you see it across, you're not going to notice. You know what I mean? You pull the gun out. Yeah, dude, it's going to get rough. By 6:30 p.m., officers began arresting the students and protesters who remained joined in a circle at Alumni Park, detaining them with zip ties one by one. Saw that coming. The arrested protesters were led to an area near the Han Plaza fountain where officers took their information. The protesters were then led inside white LAPD vans and driven away. Surrounding protesters told the arrested students, "We love you. You are a hero." Some of those arrests remained quiet as they were escorted by officers. Others continued chanting, "Free, free Palestine." One officer at the scene said that the protesters were being taken to 77th Street Community Police Station. It is unclear whether some of those arrests were taken to other stations. I'm sure they were pretty organized with this. By 9:30 p.m., the crowd had mostly dispersed and few people remained as officers continued to stand guard, separated from those who remained on the street adjacent to the campus by a locked gate. Yeah, you can see them getting arrested over here. LAPD officers make arrest after a protest. Yes, on April 24th. The USC encampment was part of a growing number of student-led demonstrations that have sprung up at college campuses since last week, when more than 100 arrests at a camp in Columbia University spurred solidarity protests at universities from Massachusetts to California. Oh yeah, no, this is going. It's not just there, dude. It's not just there. It's definitely happening all the way around this world. Well, all the way around this country. I mean, but I'm sure the world too. You know what I mean? I'm sure the world too. All right, so um, yes, an encampment at UC Berkeley is in its third day, while the campus of Cal Poly Humboldt in Arcata is shut down through Wednesday. After students occupied an administration building Monday night, police have also arrested activists at Yale University, New York University, and University of Minnesota. See, this is what I was talking about. And this is a small list compared to how many places right now are totally protesting. This is just arrests. Because a lot of the time they're not going to arrest, these people, unless they're doing something violent, then yeah, or trespassing. Duh. If you're gonna do this shit, do it right. Do it to where they cannot arrest you. I don't understand why they didn't just get off the campus in the first place for USC. I don't know. You know what I mean? Very weird. They like as if like them staying in the school was gonna do anything. Just go out front in the front and protest, dude. It's like a strike. Tensions have grown at colleges since October 7th attack on Israel by Hamas militants who killed about 1,200 people and took roughly 240 hostages. Gaza health authorities say Israel's retaliatory war has killed more than 34,000 Palestinians. Damn. The health authorities don't distinguish between combatants and non-combatants, but say at least two-thirds of the dead are children and women. Oh, wow. That's terrible. Two-thirds of them are dead are children and women. That part is sad. According to the United Nations, 2 million Gazans are living in near famine conditions on Wednesday, or famine. On Wednesday, as at least two LAPD helicopters circled above throughout the afternoon, the tents at USC repeatedly went up and down as officers with the campus Department of Public Safety told students to remove them and, at one point, dragged away lawn chairs. Students picked up their tents and walked them in circles to avoid being in violation of a university no camping policy. See, you guys got to be smart about this. You can't put yourself in a position that you know you're going to lose. You know what I mean? Like, how do you make it impossible to fail? Well, you going on private property and camping on a university that says no camping, or, no camping in the handbook or whatever. Like, they give you your rules. Look, these guys are like backing up their tent, like covering it or whatever, trying to secure it. Looks like the officer is going in for it, trying to just get rid of this shit. USC public safety officers. Okay, so this is not even a cop. This is a public safety officer. Tried to confiscate tents from pro-Palestine demonstrators. Yep. All right. So let's see real quick before we go in there. I'm going to see what you guys say. All right. So let's go up, up, up. All right. Excuse me, guys. I'm sick. So I'm trying to do as much as I can with the voice I got. This one is definitely stirring the pot, brother. YouTube is taking down my comments as fast as I can post them. Yeah, dude. We're talking about something right now. The Israel-Hamas anything Israel-related, Hamas. It's very hard to talk about without getting banned. You know what I mean? That's why I'm being very careful with my words as well. I'm torn between the protest. I fought for the freedom of people to protest, even if I disagree, which is the same way I think. Like, even if I disagree with it, I understand that you have a right to do that. If I disagree, but most of the protests nowadays are violent. Yes, there is a time and place for violence. I get that. I get that part too. But yeah, the majority of it is looting. It's destructive. It's violent. So was it the colleges who was stopping free speech or the police? Well, theoretically, it would be the campus. Theoretically, it would be the actual school. Been happening to me and others a lot lately, Steve. Yeah, I know it has. Right now, it's a touchy time. I've had 6 comments blocked and I'm a mod. That's the sad part. Wow, dude. Are you serious? 6 comments? I do think they have a free speech rights, but you don't have the right to protest on private property. And that's what I'm saying. Do it right. Go outside and do it outside. You can do it right out front of the campus. That's where everyone's going to see you anyways. Go over there. Just like you both as well. Yes, sir. USC College is public though. It's a public campus, but it's privately owned. I don't think USC is owned by. Is it owned by the? See, this is where it gets touchy, because I know somebody is paying for that, or theoretically is an owner, right? Somebody owns that property. Somebody does. And even if the state owns it, theoretically, it doesn't make it necessarily where it's open and free like a post office. You know what I mean? It's not. So campuses are very touchy. As you guys probably know, and I'm from my generation of people are the ones that fuck it up. And I'm letting you know that campuses are very, very strict and stringent on this kind of shit, especially if it goes against their narrative. So, hi, Mike. We're still hanging in on the cool today on east side of Canada Maritimes. That's awesome, Stephen. Appreciate you, Stefan. Stefan, I appreciate you. Thank you for being in here and hanging out with your boy. And shoot, I should have a sip of my coffee now. Cheers. All right. It's been like this a lot lately. YouTube is clamping down on sharing of topics they deem touchy. And I'm going to be honest, this video is a very touchy one. The one I'm doing right now. You cannot camp on private property unless you have paid a large amount of cash. Well, you do have to pay your way. I would imagine you have to pay your way. Ghost Eagle, what's up, my man? I appreciate you for being in here. Hell yeah. We've got this. This is a good story, guys. Imagine if we had it so easy we could waste our 50 to 70,000 a year tuition and go protest. You're not even capping, bro.
Stop the cap.
Yep. That would be nice. Israel got blocked even about the bridge incident. Bridge boat crash comments got swept. Yeah, Stefan, it's been brutal. Like on the internet side of things, it's definitely evident who is paying most of this shit, because obviously when narratives get taken, it's because of money. Follow the money. And where's the majority of this money? Yeah. Can't say it, but you know what I'm saying. I think it's funny, after the last 3 years of riots and chaos, they are now starting to crack down on this. Yes, I understand that. I understand that aspect. SNS says a lot of college campus cops / security are now sworn into or as a cop for the city or county. Did not know that. Like a support club, but are a member of the mother club, if that makes any sense. No, I get the analogy there, and I understand what they did there. That's very interesting. Thank you for letting me know that. That's you learn something new every day. If I'm paying dorm rent, that makes it a residence, so I shouldn't be able to be stopped for supporting whatever cause I deemed legitimate. Well, that's a very good argument. I'm going to be honest. That's a very, very good argument. If you're legitimately paying to be there, then yeah, that's your campus as well, and they know that you're there. Now, let's say they have. Now, I'm not saying this is just being devil's advocate. What if they have a curfew? Like, you can't be out later than this. You can't be out on in the middle of this grass field at this time. Because everything's got these campuses. I'm sure they put it stuff like that in so they could implement being able to arrest somebody, and being able to deem their own power. Frost, you got a good point on that one. I didn't think about that part of it. Yeah, exactly. That's why I even said that's a good argument. It's a very good argument. All right, so back to the story. Disclose, divest. We will not stop. We will not rest, said the crowd, which billed itself in a statement as the USC divest from Death Coalition. USC divest from Death Coalition. I don't even know what the fuck that means. I don't even know what that means. I had to literally clear my throat real quick, and I didn't want to do it into the microphone, so I muted myself. It sucks being sick. Carol, you can't hide. You're supporting genocide. Wow. Went another chant, a reference to USC President Carol Folt. Protesters included members of Palestinian groups such as Trojans for Palestine, Students for Justice in Palestine, and Jewish Voice for Peace. Jewish groups condemned the protests, and Muslim groups condemned the evening's arrests. In quotes, while students have a right to protest, they do not have the right to intimidate or threaten Jewish students, said a statement from USC's Hillel. Today's events on the campus included a protest action that, again, employed anti-Semitic chants, including "There is only one solution," and what is that? Intifada revolution, and "Long live the Intifada." I don't know what Intifada means. Can somebody in the chat let me know what the fuck that means? These actions reflected disturbing and quickly escalated situation nationally and on our own campus at USC. In another statement, the Los Angeles chapter of the Council of American Islamic Relations spoke out against police arrest of rallygoers. In quotes, "It is deeply concerning that USC's response to students demonstrating peacefully in solidarity with Palestine is forcible suppression of free speech and assembly," said CAIR, CARE LA, which I'm sure is a position, whatever. Legal director Amr Shabak. This mirrors a nationwide trend of colleges and universities attempting to censor pro-Palestine advocacy on campuses. Wow. Hold on, gotta clear my throat again. All right. The arrest Wednesday evening followed several clashes with campus safety officers earlier in the day as LAPD officers began to line up outside campus. Around noon, several campus officers surrounded and grabbed a protester during a confrontation. So the campus officer put their hands on somebody, grabbed a protester during a confrontation. As students yelled for officers to let go of the person, the officers pulled out their batons but did not hit anybody. It is unclear what led to the clash. Look at that picture. Wow. That's a fake baby, everybody. That's a doll, if you guys can't tell. I was like, whoa, there's a baby just hanging there. No, it was, it's a fake doll.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Man, this is brutal. I'm going to go ahead and read your guys' comments here. They have stopped so many, they have stopped so many of the funds from some of the students that was in the protest. Really? That doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me. They get their names of these people that caused all this problems and controversy to them. Well, they're just going to go ahead and take away their, their shit. Yeah. It's not surprising whatsoever. I just find it funny that a lot of these kids have no idea why they are protesting. They were doing interviews and these kids were so confused. And the truth is, Steve, is a lot of these people don't actually know the facts of like what's going on around them, meaning outside of their city. It's very hard for people to see big picture. It's very hard for people. And it's, a lot of people say things out of ignorance and arrogance combined. And when you do that, you get these strong opinions, but they're opinions, an opinion can be objectively wrong. And so that's where a lot of this controversy comes in. But a lot of these people don't even know what's actually happening and why things are happening. This is exactly why I do this show and why I do what I do, because I want to report to you guys exactly the fact. I don't want to sit here and just send out meaningless information where I don't even understand it. No, I'm making sure that I'm getting it and I'm breaking it down for you guys. Let's see. An intifada is a rebellion or uprising or a resistance movement. It is a key concept in contemporary Arabic usage, referring to an uprising against oppression. Wow. Wow. I'm shocked. I had no idea. I mean, there's a name for everything, right? USC gave police permission to remove protesters from campus, thus trespassing them. Not a cop fan at all, but USC wanted them removed. And as soon as USC makes any campus or private property, that's not even, I guess it's public property, but if you get asked to leave the area, you have to, right? We got Chase up the building as well. What's up, everybody? And my boy, Mr. Ball. Well, I'm a little sick, Chase, as you can hear me in my voice. I'm clearing my throat. My nose is sniffly. It is what it is. But hey, I felt it yesterday morning when I woke up, but it was all right. It was just the beginning part of it. And now I'm feeling it, Yes, sir. Let's keep it 100. These fools in the Middle East will never get along. It has been a toilet for 1,000 years and will never change. And personally, I tend to agree. There's a lot of violence, and that's what I'm gonna just leave alone on that aspect, because I don't want to get banned here completely and wiped off the fucking internet. This whole topic right here could be the make or break of me. You know what I mean? For real. And I mean more on the break side. I'm not going to make anything. Good afternoon in the room. That's right. It's 8:34 a.m. for me, but I know it's afternoon for you. So howdy. Much love and respect to you. That's right. The kids today are just sheep. They follow the leader without knowing what is going on, nor why they are doing it for what without doing any homework themselves. And that's very much a fact, Ghost. That it just happens a lot. Like I say, a lot of things will happen out of ignorance and arrogance. And they'll hear one thing one time and not even fact check it and then run with that forever. You know what I mean? And then you can't even debate them on it because they're so locked in. Like, how can you be locked into something you don't even know? You know what I mean? And SNS threw my Instagram in the chat. If you guys can help me out and click that link and follow me, that would be awesome. That's where I post all my behind the scenes stuff. You guys will see my personal day-to-day stuff. And also I post everything early, like advertising for the show on there. So yeah, it's great to have Instagram, man. I love it. You're sounding better as the show has been going on. Well, that's good. That's a good thing. I mean, I guess, after waking up, taking a shower, you're still groggy and stuff like that because I wake up at 6:50 a.m. to be live at 8 every single morning. So I wake up at 6:50. So by the time I went on live, I hadn't talked at all today. So obviously I'm going to be rusty. Again, if I'm paying the college for a dorm, would make them my landlord. They shouldn't be allowed to remove me unless they are completely evicting me. Otherwise, it's saying can't enter the kitchen. Well, what if you're drunk? What if you have, there's rules that you have to abide by even as someone that is in a lease. You know what I mean? Like, you still have to abide by some sort of rules, and there's rules on campuses, And yes, thank you, SNS, for shouting out Kickstands Down. They have an amazing podcast. If you guys haven't already gone over there and subscribed, please do. Of your own house, I see you. Don't blame the baby for getting sick. Well, dude, I laid down with the baby. I'm not saying that the baby's wrong for that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying how I caught it. And I know how I caught it. She was sick. I laid down with her, fell asleep with her, and woke up and I was sick. Simple. I'm not blaming the baby. I'm just saying how it happened. Sorry, Mike. I just got up a little while ago. I know you're on the West Coast. That's right. West Coast. Mm-hmm. No, you don't have to apologize. I appreciate you. I thank you for being here. My son coming in through your window looks like a beautiful day out there. I hope you feel better soon, brother. I appreciate that. And yes, actually, the sun is out perfectly right now. And it's only 8:37 a.m. It's going to be a good day. 6:50, damn homie. Them are banker hours. My old ass is up at angry 4 a.m. every day. Well, see, when I was going live at 7 in the morning with Black Dragon for all that time, I was waking up at 5:50. So now that I've moved my whole stream by 1 hour, now I wake up at 6:50. And I'm glad for that, honestly, because I needed that because I go to bed late. Even though I'm in bed early, I fall asleep late. My wife says don't come home drunk plenty. I have listened. I haven't listened yet. I understand that. Cyborg with the shout out. Appreciate that, fam. No, you got it, bro. You're sick because you hang out and know us crazy knuckleheads, dude. That's right, dude. That's right. That's a fact right there. And you don't sleep? Man, that sucks. That definitely sucks. All right, let's go ahead and scroll down and check this out. So this was on Wednesday. Officers detained the person in a white vehicle as protesters followed and demanded the person's release. The protesters gathered around both sides of the vehicle, chanting, "Let him go," and "Shame on you." After roughly 30 minutes, the officers released the protester as the crowd moved back to Alumni Park, where they stood with white signs that read, "Let Gaza live." Off-campus groups circulated video of the protesters and called on the public to show up at USC. In quotes, "Los Angeles, get here now. We need bodies." Now that's not okay. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be doing that. That's you're on campus, bro. You can't bring people that are off campus that are not paying to be there to go there. You can't do that. Said social media post by the People's City Council. Shortly after 1 p.m., the university sent out a text message alert saying it closed the campus gates. Anyone coming to the campus should be prepared to show an ID at the gates for class or for business. Please continue to avoid the center of the campus unless you have a class, it said. By 2 p.m., Provost Andrew Guzman sent a campus-wide email saying protesters threatened the safety of our officers and campus community. Guzman, excuse me, Jesus. Guzman said protesters were repeatedly asked by security personnel to remove their tents and other prohibited items and relocate to a complaint location. In each case, protesters refused. That's kind of dumb. I wouldn't have refused that. I would have gone, okay, let's go ahead and move. Simple. I don't want to get arrested, dude. Not for just protesting. That's crazy. What are you in here for? Murder. What are you in here for? Oh, I protested. Man, stop the cap.
Stop the cap.
Their actions have escalated to the point of confrontation and have threatened the safety of our officers and campus community. Oh, Jesus Christ. Silence is violence. Keep talking about Palestine. That's what their little sign back there says. And they're just sitting there in like some meditation yoga pose. Pro-Palestinian demonstrators join a sit-in on campus. Okay, literally sitting. The protest at USC comes after more than a week of campus tensions that began when Folt canceled a speaking engagement by valedictorian Asna Tabassum that was supposed to take place at the May 10th main stage commencement, which is expected to draw 65,000 people. That's a lot of people. The decision came after on and off-campus pro-Israel groups criticized Tabassum for posting a pro-Palestinian link on her Instagram bio that they said was anti-Semitic. USC said the cancellation was not tied to Tabassum's political views and was instead in response to unspecified threats to campus safety targeted at her speech. The university has also canceled a main stage commencement address by film director John M. Chu and appearances by honorary degree recipients, including tennis legend Billie Jean King. In quotes, everyone from our valedictorian Asman Tabassum all the way to any student who speaks up against genocide should have the full support of the university, contrary to what we are seeing, which was incredible repression, said Ahmad, a Palestinian American protester with the Palestinian Youth Movement who would not give his last name. The university has, to this date, not said a word about our families, the genocide we are experiencing in Gaza. Several professors also joined the protest Wednesday, holding a sign that said USC what is that? Facility? I don't know what facility. I have no idea how to even pronounce that. It's not facility. Faculty. I don't know. Faculty against the genocide in Palestine. They're using some nomenclature. I have no idea, dude. One of them was Amelia Jones, a professor at the Roski School of Art and Design. This is about what's happening in Gaza, but it's also about what's happening here, said Jones. They pulled a student from commencement for nothing she actually said or did, yet a university is supposed to be a place for free speech. We haven't heard a word from our president about anything. We feel unheard and disconnected. Well, I would too if you're not hearing anything back. Josh, I'm not going to even try that last name. A USC sophomore said he needed the administration's call to avoid the demonstration, but supported its cause. In quotes, students should be able to speak their voice as long as they are, quote unquote, doing so peacefully. The psychology major said USC likes to say it supports free speech, but then it cracks down on it. Ooh, damn. All right. So In a statement, the university administration said it believed the demonstrators, most of whom appeared to be undergraduate age, were not from USC. Oh, shit. All right. So the university has a policy that prohibits campus camping on campus, which is in the student handbook. Hey, did I say in the handbook? I literally said in the beginning of all this that, oh, there's either like a sign that says this or in their student handbook that says what they can and cannot do. It's kind of like having a bylaws little packet. You know what I mean? About 10 to 15 people came to campus at 4:30 a.m. today with tents. Department of Public Safety officers advised them of the policy, and people took the tents down. This statement said. In quotes, the people remain in Alumni Park. Most appeared to be unaffiliated with the university. The statement continued, our students, faculty, and state staff are allowed to express their views and have been doing so throughout the school year. Wow. What a freaking story, dude. What do you guys think about this shit? This shit is fucking crazy. All right. Let's see. I see you guys over here. So we will sleep. There we go. We were talking about how we don't sleep. We will all sleep when we are dead. Yeah, I understand, Kickstand. He says we too old to sleep, Mike. We're not in prime like you. Hey, it is what it is, bro. We got Biker News Canada up in the building. Appreciate you for being here and hanging out with your boy. Much love. Yo, Ball, it's been decades, man. How you been? Yo, we got freaking Twitch coming in lately. I appreciate you guys. Kills, I appreciate you, Kills47. Thank you for being here, my man. I much appreciate you. These new protests aren't like the good old days. No, they're not. Mike Ball is so tough. The boogeyman checks under his bed for Mike Ball, dude. You're so funny, dude. Steve, thank you for asking about it. If I came out of the storms all right the other day, didn't see it till later, it missed me. My brother was driving up in NEIA and said he watched a semi blow over. That sucks, dude. That totally sucks. If I get arrested, it will be because I was kicked out of the bar before my drinks are done. Yeah, you try to kick me out when I got drinks coming, there's a problem, dude. There's a problem. These protesters are softer than puppy shit. Yeah, I know. And that's my generation, and obviously Gen Z as well. I mean, Gen Z is the worst right now. Even Gen Alpha is doing a great job compared to Gen Z. Yeah, my Nightbot's not working over there, Kills. I don't think I have anything implemented over there on Twitch still. You know what I mean? So maybe one day I'll like really focus on my Twitch, but I'm a YouTuber now. I'm full-time in YouTube. Glad to hear you are good. I know y'all had some strong storms out that way. Yeah, they did. And I know faculty. Okay, that's how you say it. I didn't even know I get it, faculty. And I've heard the word, but I've never knew what it like is or what it meant. Is a group of teachers. Okay, faculty. I appreciate that. Thank you. I learned another thing. The teacher/administration. Got you. It's staff. It's just like the bylaws. Yes, sir. Much better definition than mine, Frank. Hey, no, I got the total gist of that now. A lot of these protesters are paid for professionals who are paid by Soros and his cronies. Absolutely. Yeah, I know that a lot of these protesters will get like paid to like go to a protest and get like paid $100 to show up. And then if you like throw bricks and shit, and I know that's speculation on the part of brick throwing and all that, but when you have pallets of bricks laid out across the city for straight no other reason than people grabbing them for destruction. Yeah, YouTube is definitely going to probably be very rough on us during this episode, especially. So, I mean, there's a reason why your guys' comments are being hit so hard. So be careful, everybody. I don't want to see you guys banned. The only tent they did not mess with at all, and that is a native teepee. Wow, that's interesting. And thank you, SNS, for shouting out Biker News Canada. Ride went well yesterday. Felt great. Ready for summer. Missed that over the winter. Sure makes me consider moving to a place where I can ride year round, sick of winters. I get that, Hardwire. And welcome back on the road. And on twos, man. Much love. I'm glad that the ride went amazing and it was successful. And if you're gonna move somewhere, where would you move to be able to ride year round? Because here in California, for an example, you're just paying for the weather, quite literally. And California sucks in that regard. I mean, I'm even thinking about getting out of here. So it's a possibility. Gen X is the last hardcore generation. We aren't the smartest, but we are tough. Yes, I would absolutely say Gen X and boomers were fucking strong as fuck. They didn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Some that get paid 5K for protests and up? No way. 5K. That's a lot of money, dude. Yep, that's true. That's very true. Kickstand down. Yep. Is YouTube. I mean, there's too many platforms to really stop us. I mean, unless they ban you on every single platform, which has happened to creators, influencers, it's happened. But I don't say or do anything that should call for any of that. I mean, I didn't call what I did when I got demonetized for 90 days. That didn't call for that either. What I did was 100% legitimate. Like, I didn't do anything that was out of the ordinary. They just put a claim in because they didn't like what I had to say, and that's just the way of the road. And thank you, SNS. You got the GoFundMe link for Hardwire's brother that went down. If you guys have a couple of bucks and that you guys can help with, please go into the chat, hit that hyperlink, and it'll bring you over to the GoFundMe. We have plenty of space here in North Carolina. Okay, there you go. There you go. Considering Alabama or Georgia, Florida is just too hot. Yeah, bro. I'm actually considering moving to Alabama, with totally where my parents are at. Because you know what? I look at how much you can get for the money over there compared to here. Oh my God. I look at that and go, well, dude, I can do my job literally from anywhere. I can do it from a bunker 6 feet under the ground. It doesn't matter. I can do it anywhere. So the honest truth is like, I'm not really like caged into California as like I was when I was working my normal career before I got into this accident. It's a great state, but Leo there is insane. Yeah, dude, I would be careful with the whole South. The whole South, the police are very, they're brutal. They're brutal. I don't know if they're as brutal as LAPD. I don't think anybody's as brutal as LAPD, but absolutely, the South is brutal. Steve, I'm in Kentucky right now at the Mississippi River. I'm not in North Carolina anymore. Yes, that's right. I did see that you moved, brother. I did see that. What's the medium winter temperature in North Carolina, Steve? Shoot, I can only imagine what it is over there. Over here where I live, it's probably like, I would say median weather, probably 65 degrees. Damn, I didn't know you moved. How do you like it out there? No, I know that he loves it. I know that he loves it. It can get down into 30s at night, but usually stay around 50 during the day for the winter months. That's actually not bad. That's not bad. I saw around the Birmingham area, the median winter temperature is 55. I could totally deal with that. Yeah, that's way easier than dealing with snow or dealing with like super, super cold rain. You know what I mean? I might get booted from IG. They asked me to do a survey. I told them what I thought. Oh boy. Don't be telling IG what you actually legitimately think because, exactly like you said, you could become a target. That's not what I want for you. Frost, Kentucky is way too redneck for, yeah, you are a Yankee, bro. You are definitely a Yankee, Steve. Kickstand saying I've ridden in 6 degree in North Carolina. Forget about it, dude. Forget about it. All right, guys. So do me a favor. If you guys enjoyed this content, man, please make sure you guys hit that like button for me. And make sure that, hitting the like button is like handing a creator $5, man. It really means the world. It definitely is the biggest metric on YouTube. It lets them know, hey, this is something that people are enjoying. And also when you comment, that's a huge engagement. Anytime, not just in the live chat, but in the actual ending of the video, and you can go back on the normal comments. When people are commenting, it just gives you more and more visibility to other people. So when you guys comment on the main actual post, it's a huge deal. Also, when you guys share the video, that is like word of mouth on the street, but on the internet, man. This is how we grow. So doing those things right there is a huge, huge thing for me. And I really appreciate it. Also, guys, make sure you follow my Instagram right here at Ball Valve TV. It means the world to me if you guys would follow me over there, as well as the last but not least, the donation aspect. As you guys know, I have been demonetized for 90 days. I don't even get the ability to make money again on YouTube until July 3rd of 2024. And that's still not promised. I mean, you're applying again for the partnership program. So it's not like, hey, you get right back into it and you're getting paid. No, that's not what happened. I have to reapply for the entire partnership program. And if I get denied on that aspect, then it's going to be really hard to get it, So if you guys want to support the stream and get a live shout out, whether it be, off stream, all of a sudden I come on to the next stream and I shout you guys out. Cash App is $Ball Valve. And then Venmo is at Ball Valve. And then PayPal. We have a PayPal now, guys. The PayPal is ballvalvetv@gmail.com, as you guys see right there. I very much appreciate every single one of you guys for coming in and hanging out and tuning in with your boy, dude. I really appreciate all of you guys. And we are at the almost 57-minute mark. And so I want to make sure that we keep this under an hour. So I very much appreciate you guys. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Much love and respect, everybody.
From the depths of darkness, a voice emerges.